Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This video is for the subscribers and future subscribers who are wondering the maintenance that I've done on the Corolla and why the Corolla is at 481,000 miles in 5 years. So I'll just be reviewing a video that I previously did explaining this. I know a lot of people don't like to go back and search for older videos, so I'm going to update you now. So we're at 481,000 miles, and I'm going to go through the issues with the Corolla. Now, if you don't know, I have a headlight out. All right, it is on the passenger side, on the right side. It's on this side. All right. Now, for the Corolla Hybrids, they are LED assemblies. So that means you cannot change the individual bulbs. So let's go show you. That's the headlight. The car is on. That's the left side, and this is the right side. All right, so that I priced at about, it's been a while since I looked it up. I saw one for 800 and 400 for the entire assembly. So that will not be purchased. So someone, a subscriber, or I believe he's a subscriber, said there's a way to replace just the LED. I believe I have to cut the LED out and replace it with another bulb. I believe you said there were YouTube videos I could watch, so I'm still going to do that. Look up those videos, and I may make that repair. But I'm definitely not paying $800 or the price you see on the screen, $1,100 for the headlight assembly. So more than likely we'll go to YouTube and see if we can find an alternative repair method. If anything, I'll just drive this during the day, or I'll get rid of it. Right. Second thing that's going on that you may not know is the front end damage on the Corolla. So I've used various means to keep this bumper on. It won't stay on because it's missing a fender and the proper attachments inside the clips, so it won't stay on. Bumper. Now the headlight is also, it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like this. Can you see that? That's how it's supposed to look. So I believe this went out prematurely because of the damage. A tree branch fell on it during a rainstorm, and it reduced the life of it with the impact, which was here. And it knocked this loose. Let's check the other side. It's tight. All right, but as you can see on the other side, all right, this happened when rainstorm, tree branch fell on the hood. I rode over the tree branch and it tore the guts out on the bottom. All right. go to the water pump. I'm getting this water pump circuit B, coolant pump circuit B. Coolant pump circuit B malfunction. Now, this was done in the summertime when I checked the when I got the code, and I tried to verify it. Let's say a month or so later. No, it was a couple of weeks later, and the code never came back. So I still don't trust that water pump. I've gotten over 100,000 miles on that water pump. I don't trust driving long distances with that water pump, so that's why I'm a little etchy on getting it up to 500,000 miles. I just, if I drive, I'm going to drive for like a couple hundred miles per, and I'm gonna be far from home, so that's I may just have to take the risk and do it. But it may have something to do with the temperature, or just a freak glitch. I don't know. Malfunction. That's the water pump right there. Let's see if we can. Oh, AC still works. Right there, you see that, like a grate, cheese grater? Right there, that's it. Where that finger's pointing at, that's the water pump. Alright. Coolant pump circuit B malfunction. That's between $200 and $400 from what I saw, aftermarket to the original equipment. So it's probably closer to 400. Now I don't know if I can actually make that purchase at 200, so I have to go back and look to see if that $200 price was authentic. But for the 2020 Toyota Corolla, that pump is around, let's say, $300. It's going between. All right. Now, how is the hybrid battery doing? The hybrid battery is actually normal. I believe this is the lithium battery they have, unlike the nickel metal hydrate in the Promo research. I have to look it up again. Now, I was told by, I believe, a subscriber that the Corolla also has a nickel metal hydrate battery, and I believe the plugins have the lithium battery. All right, but let me just focus on my car. I believe this 2020 Corolla Hybrid also has the nickel metal hydrate. I looked it up after I did this video a few months ago. So sometimes you look stuff up, get the wrong information. So I received the wrong information, and I was corrected in the comment section, and he informed me that the Corolla 2020 Hybrid has also the nickel metal hydrate battery. So here's the correction. Nickel metal hydrate and the Rav4. But the battery seems to be holding up after 5 years with the normal discharge rate, charge rate. I'm sure it's degraded over time, but it doesn't appear to be unreasonable. Go back to the brakes. I was going to take the tire off, but I said, nah, we're developing some rust, and these have never been changed since 2019. So I know that's going to be an issue if I ever get in there, if I don't get rid of it before. That's what I was thinking. I did do a video taking the tire off and showing the rear brakes. All right, I have the video here, so let's play it. At the 481,000 miles. That's how they look at the 481,000 miles. These are the original from the dealership from 2019. Yeah, I took that out. Now, how do these brakes look after 481,000 miles? Let's go inside and take a look. And I am aware that I have very cheap tires, and they will contribute to a lot of road noise. So when you're buying tires, consider the cheaper they are, the louder they're going to be on the road. .22 millimeter. All right, we have to release the parking brake. All right, we're gonna skip this part. I'll put a link to this original video in the description box. Jack stand in use. Initializing. I don't think that worked. I think I had to do it manually. There was like a sequence. Yes, it failed. All right, let's go. All right, here we are. Not moving. Let's go inside and do the procedure to put the car into service mode. Thank you to everyone who has gotten. All right, we're in the car. We're going to put the Corolla Hybrid into service mode. All right, should be able to move. Yep, there we go. AC spinning. All right. What I did wrong was I had my foot on the brake. You can't put your foot in the brake. When you're holding it down for the last 5 seconds, don't hold the brake. I was holding the brake. And I hope you heard that. Let's not destroy these threads. It's spinning. All right, so that means I can change the rear brakes on the Corolla. Now, rust that's actually the metal, like degrading off of the rust. Let's say the rust dying. So there's only a certain amount of rust I'll tolerate before I say, let me just do the brakes and rotors with a fresh set of brakes and rotors. But yeah, let's continue. Now with the D7X tool, either I was doing something wrong or it wouldn't connect to the parking brake. Try to use the scan tool. Wasn't working for some reason. You know why it wasn't working? All right, let's get to the point. See the brakes. All right, the link to this video will be in the description box. Come on. I did something wrong there. That's why I put the laughy thing. All right, we got them off. Let's go. Outer, and that's the inner. That's how they look after 481,000 miles. These are the original from the dealership from 2019. 2019 is when I purchased the car. This was a 2020 Corolla Hybrid. I took that out. Let's take a look at the caliber. That beeping sound was my gimbal. All right, so that was the brakes. And that's pretty much it there. So let's get back to the other video. And by the way, the brakes, I didn't change the brakes. I was just showing you how they looked after 481,000 miles. I have never changed the rear brakes on the Corolla. I believe the front has been done one time. Yeah, the front brakes have been done one time. Then, but if I end up taking it with me on the road, change the rear, you can hear it. Can you see the spider? All right, can you see the spider webs? Yeah, there you go. So you know I'm not driving it. In between the two. Give it a once over. So these I end up putting on, and they come with like a rubber, like a thick rubber strap that just goes in between the two, and that holds the bumper off. It's supposed to be like a quick disconnect, but this is what I found to kind of, rig this on. And this is an aftermarket bumper. It never actually fit right from the beginning, so that was always originally, when this was originally repaired, when I first had some front end damage, that's how it actually set. All right, so aftermarket bumpers, or maybe something twisted inside somewhere. See, that's how it originally fit when it bumper first got replaced. All right, this was fully working. This is two separate accidents. When this new bumper, I don't think I told that why. In short, I hit a telephone pole. I can tell you the circumstances of why, but I hit a telephone pole, and it was right in the center of the bumper too. The center was pushed in, and I rolled over to the side. There was leaking fluids. Computer knew it was an accident, so I couldn't accelerate or brake. I could put it in park though. Well, it let me pump the brakes, and I threw it in park, and I waited for a tow truck and got a rental car from Enterprise. All this happened within like an hour and a half, and I still made it to New York. This is when I was doing my New York runs, Manhattan to Virginia. I still made it, yeah. And the reason why the bumper's not attached or staying on, two different accidents. All right, and the transmission fluid is good. So this transmission is bulletproof. It's going to last the rest of the life of this car. All right, so this, yeah, so I already did the trans fluid. And I changed the battery. The 12-volt battery is not original. All right, let's go to the transmission. I think that's the major thing that's important. All right, let's watch this YouTube short really quickly. Then we're going to watch the full length. Now, I believe these are not available on YouTube anymore. I believe they're on private. So let's go through this real quick. It cracked. All right. It cracked it. And let it fall. Now, somebody asked me, when you change the fluid, how did the fluid look? So this answers the question. I believe this fluid looks good. Now, this is over 100,000 miles on this fluid. So this is what it looks like. All right. And yeah, I first did it at it was over 100,000. I think it was around 200,000 something. And this is being done here at high 3s, early 400,000s. So, and it's an ECVT, electronic continuously variable transmission, and the automatic transmission fluid acts as lubricant. and not hydraulic. It's lubricant. So that's the condition of the fluid. Yeah, I'm saying it does look good, but I don't. Yeah, it does look good. Now I'm doing all highway miles, and I get my miles really quick. But you saw the fluid. It does look. I'll play it one more time also, so you get a good look at it again. Let's look at it. Baby, let's look at it. Yeah, I hear it. I hope you can hear it. It's dripping. That's overflowing. There we go. It cracked. All right. Cracked it. And let it fall. Let's go look at it. Baby, let's look at it. Yeah, I hear it. I hope you can hear it. So the only way I would know if it's still good or not is, well, I know the miles, but if it's actually still doing what it's supposed to be doing, I would have to crack it a little bit, unloosen the bolt, the drain bolt, and get a sample of the fluid, trench fluid, and send it to a laboratory. Otherwise, I would just have to change the transmission fluid based upon the miles I drove, and I drove over 100,000 miles on that fluid that you see that looks fresh. I'm aware of how it looks, so I'm just acknowledging I'm fully acknowledging that. It's thick and dark. To get some more light on it, it lightens up. All right, so let's go to the full video. All right, we're here. ATF-WS from Toyota. When I bought this was $13 a quart. It had the this hex set here, and a torque wrench, electronic torque wrench, and I think these here are just the regular ratchet right there, and the light, and I have a shelter which will be disappearing, which is the garage, in less than a month. So we'll be working out in the elements. All right, this is the transmission fluid change for the 2020 Toyota Corolla Hybrid. All right, these are the tools I'm going to need, and I have the gaskets around here somewhere. Well, going to get started. We have the car on 4 jacks. The other 2 are jacked up also. And I got that up there just in case, but shouldn't need it, but just in case. All right, now let's look at all the tools. All right, I'm going to use that funnel to put the oil that I drained in here back into the bottles. That's the fill plug. All right, so we're going to crack that, make sure it can fill. And then we're going to drain it from there, right there. And that's how you do it. You level the car, and you unloosen the fill to make sure you can actually fill it before you drain it. Always make sure that opens up first, the fill, and then you basically get a pump and pump. You drain it and you pump it back in. Now there's no filter for the hybrids. The Toyota hybrids, there's no filter. All right, so the eCVT transmission, there's no filter. For the regular CVT transmission, there's a filter because they're hydraulic. All right, so let's go through a little bit more of it. You pretty much get it. It cracked. Drip. Make sure you can see it, right? Cracked it. All right. Crack it loose. Come on out. Now I'll put all the videos that I'm reviewing now. They're still on my YouTube channel, but I'll put a link on this video to all of those videos separately. So if you want to check those out, you can, or you can just use this video as the, say, 2025 reference. It's been about 200,000 miles. Get the towel. So looks can be deceiving with the fluid. So I just don't want you to just pay attention to the color of the fluid. You know, the actual, you know, how it's protecting and lubricating may be different than how it's, you know, it looks. Just don't destroy the camera. Right. You know what? Let me put the pan up. That's smarter. Here's a mic. Let's do this. Let's put the pan up. So we can catch it. Hopefully this ends well. Dropped it in there. And let it fall. Get that. Hopefully it fills up. Alright, I got it out. Got that drain. I am aware how satisfying that looks when the fluid drains out. And it's done. And this is the entire capacity, so I'm going to empty these back into their bottles. Oh, wait a minute. I believe I said this isn't the entire capacity. I mean, it's like it's still fluid trapped, you know, in different crevices and, you know, different valleys and everything. So, but this is the only thing you can drain without you know, disassembling the transmission. So we're going to move on. They're all full. We've got to put the new O-rings back on and tighten the drain up. All right, we're going to torque it. Let's go look at it. Here, baby, let's look at it. Automatic transmission. Now here's the pump I'll be using. All right, with the automatic transmission fluid, ATFWS from Toyota. The top part is going to do the sucking, and the bottom part is going to spit out. All right, so put this inside the bottle. See that? All right, so put the top part inside the bottle and the bottom part, put put inside the transmission. And when I was doing this, it was incredibly hot. So yeah, this is I knew how to do everything. It was just wearing me out a little bit because of the heat, and I probably didn't eat yet. But yeah, it's a successful job, and it's relatively simple. Just have all the tools together. Don't strip anything. Make sure the jack stands are secure, and it was a relatively simple, straightforward job. The only thing I was a little worried about was when I was pumping it in, whether I had the correct level. That's how I think, okay, well, is the car level? I think that's the key right there. The car has to be level. But I did read that or I heard someone say, I got the car carry nut, I believe I heard him say, that you don't have to be really strict about that. Just get it as level as you can. So let's continue. All right, trying to make sure this hose is as clean as possible. It's already dripping with fluid, so I know it's gonna come out this end. Now remember, this is not hydraulic. This is lubricating for the Toyota Hybrid, so the fluid is lubricating. It does not act as hydraulic fluid. Try to get that in there. All right, it's in. It's in and stopped. Let's give it some pump action. That's gonna overfill. No, this is the first quart. This should go all the way in. Here. So it's relatively simple. Bottle from here. So the last little bit out. I'm trying to keep the bottle from leaning over and keeping it deep down in there so you can get the last bit out. So it's relatively simple. So we like to use some grader, not hydraulic. That's the rest of it. That's one quart. All right, I'll spare you the rest, and I'll come back on the last quart when it starts to overflow. All right, we got three in already. This is the fourth one. Should overfill. I believe it's about 3.5 to 4.5. So this is the fourth quart we're putting in. See if it overfills. Take 4. It's dripping a little bit. When it starts to drip, it's going to drip a lot. And I have the pan that I drain the old fluid in under it. Still full. Alright, it's about to eat this fourth one up. So good. Take it out, put it back in. Let's see what this. Now, it's extremely hot, and I haven't done this in over, I think, 2 years. So I did have well over 100,000 miles on that fluid that I drained. So this one, it's dripping. Let's let it drip a little. think that's the overflow. I said it take 3.5 to 4 when I looked it up. So it's overflowing. So what I gotta do this. Let me just finish this. Nah, we gotta do that. How about I just finish it off with what I have left in here. It's pretty much empty anyway. Alright, so it's overflowing. Hope you can see that. See that dripping? That's overflowing. You know the light sucks, but best I can do. All right, it's at a slow drip. That's what it's doing right there. See the drips on a dark spot? Right there. So, I think we can tighten it up. We can tighten it up. I'm gonna do clean the clean those in there. Slow drip. Fill it again and let it drip again. So I used the complete 4, so it dripped out. So it's under 4 that it actually takes. Didn't think it was on for a second. Alright. That's it. Alright, that's the that's pretty much the whole job. It's relatively straightforward now. I took it for a test drive, didn't I? Drive. So I did, yeah. The struts, well actually someone else did the struts and the shocks. But they were done. So I believe that's all the maintenance I've ever done on the Corolla. I believe I went over it in this video. Save the struts and the shocks. So that's pretty much as your what you'll be changing as your car ages. Is everything you've seen in the video. Well, the plugs, the spark plugs. Let me not forget the spark plugs, and oil changes. But that's pretty much the maintenance. Oh, and the wheel bearings. I did the wheel bearings also. I have videos for that. Well, I'm not sure if I did a video for the tie rod end, but if I find it, I'll put it in, and the wheel bearing video, I'll put that also in the description box. Hope I answered all you guys' questions that were asking me about the maintenance on the Corolla. Until next time.